Visual cues, will be checking those out at the SEC softball tournament on the SEC Network, presented by T-Mobile. Second round action, it's the 13 seed Ole Miss trying to keep the ball rolling against the 5 seed Tennessee Lady Vols. Ole Miss took 2 out of 3 during the regular season. Earlier today, the Cinderella run for Auburn continues. They still have a shot at being worthy for an NCAA tournament bid. And the Arkansas Razorbacks, the 7 seed, moving on to face Alabama in the second round. They get the shutout win over Mississippi State. So we already have a couple of quarterfinals set to go. Florida, Auburn, Bama, Arkansas. The winner of this one will face Texas. And still to come tonight, the 8-9 matchup with the winner advancing to face the top seed, Oklahoma. And we welcome you to John Kropp Stadium here in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Beth Mowins, along with one of the greatest pitchers of all time, Michelle Smith. Probably going to talk about some Tennessee pitchers, but still a lot at stake for these two teams heading towards that NCAA tournament. Tennessee right now very much on the super regional bubble. They want to make sure they get a top 8 seed, and they have a really good shot at it, Michelle, because of this pitching staff, which is top 10 in just about every category in the country.
Yeah, Beth, they are just explosive in everything they do, and they complement each other really, really well. They've got the velocity and the power of Carlin Pickens, who's got that heavy drop ball, works the corners. How about the ability to go upstairs with Sage Margecko? She's spinny, she works the corners, she just controls the zone with a great bill of velocity. And then you have Erin Newer, who just complements both Pickens and Sage Margecko. So the 3 of them together, how about best ERA in the country, best whip in the country, best batting average against? And Margecko, who gets the start today, an ERA below 1, so look for her to really work those corners.
Oh, by the way, her only loss this season was to Ole Miss, so she gets the start today and a shot at avenging that loss. On the other side, for the Rebels of Ole Miss, they had a great postseason run last year to their first ever World Series. It started in the SEC tournament. Perhaps they're on their way again.
Well, look at the similarity between last year and this year. This is a team that has done it before. They've been here, they've been in this tournament knowing that it can help catapult them into a good regional, a super regional win that punches their ticket to the Women's College World Series, looking to complete that again this year like they did last year, getting to the World Series.
Percy Yamas in the 3 spot had a solo home run in the first inning yesterday in their win over South Carolina. They got the 2-0 shutout. Percy was huge last year in this round when they stunned Florida to advance to the quarters. And Sage Margecko is the junior from Lamont, Illinois, and she will get the start here this evening to take on Ole Miss for a shot at Texas in the quarters. Underway in the first game of our night doubleheader. LSU and Georgia coming up later this evening. Kennedy Bunker to lead things off. Senior out of Simi Valley, California.
Checo already going to that rise ball, change-up combination. She just throws in so many different spots through the zone.
Chopped right back to Margecko, 1 down.
Margecko, we talked about how that she moves the ball and the spin speed over the velocity, and she sets a lot of that up with the changeup, and then she'll go with that drop ball in the lower half of the zone, a curveball where she'll try to expand the zone, but it's a floaty rise ball, and she can throw that rise at different levels and at different velocities. So Margecko is at spin speed over pitch speed, where Carlin Pickens, when we talk a lot about her, she is more pitch speed over spin speed.
That's why this pitching staff works so well. Those two with Erin Newer. Here's Mackenzie Pickens.
Ball too far out.
She also had a big home run in last year's second round upset in extra innings against the Gators.
Ball.
Just missed up and away. Ole Miss coming in hot. They took 2 of 3 from Mississippi State to close out the regular season with a pair of walk-off wins against their arch rivals. And for Tennessee, they come in winners of 2 of 3 against Missouri in their finale. Took 2 of 3 from Alabama, and that's when Carlin Pickens really turned a corner and looked like her old self.
Yeah, that was a big series at home.
They've seen some adversity this year with the schedule up and down, with Pickens out for a couple of weeks with an injury, Sophia Knight out for a couple of weeks with illness. Back to 100% now, and drifting back out in center is Sophia Knight, 2 down, and here comes Yamas. In this exact spot last night, hit a solo home run to get the ball rolling for Ole Miss. Sophomore out of Eastvale, California. Coach Jamie Traxel says she lives for these big moments.
Ball.
Outstanding in the postseason a year ago on the run to the World Series. Continuing to put up impressive numbers after she set a new school RBI record a year ago that has since been bested by the on-deck hitter, Maddie George. This is a terrific 3-4 combo.
And young, both of them underclassmen. George just a freshman. Yamas doing all that damage as a freshman last year, and no sophomore slump for her. She's still who you circle in this lineup.
Ripped down to first and knocked down by Clark. And a 1-2-3 start for the Lady Vols. Vols picking up the bats, and they are led by the Leach sisters, and they will hit back-to-back right near the top of the order. Alana and Gabby both having breakout campaigns. Averages are up, power numbers are up, and they will face Kyra Aycock, who beat them during the regular season when Ole Miss took 2 of 3, the only home series loss in Knoxville this year for Tennessee. And they were low-scoring affairs. Ole Miss pitched very well against Tennessee.
Ball.
Ella Dodge to start things out. Sophomore out of Bradenton. Good speed, power combo, and that one will hit the camera out of play. Ryan Starr is the new addition to the starting lineup at third base tonight. The only change for Ole Miss. As you see the numbers for Ella. There's Ryan. Been the starter most of the year at third. In foul territory the other way, and that too will get out.
Dodge a little bit out in front of that off-speed spinning pitch that Aycock offered her.
The regular season win for Aycock was a complete Game 6 hitter in which Carlin Pickens took the loss that day.
And Aycock was able to work around 7 walks in that game. And that's one of the things you're going to notice about Aycock is that she's almost effectively wild. I mean, she's going to throw a lot of pitches. She does walk a lot of hitters, tries to work out of those jams or congestion when runners are on base.
2-2 to Dodge.
Now in Aycock, you can see the different types of usage and the velocity difference on those. The rise ball used the least amount. It's a heavy drop, a screwball, especially to lefties that she tries to expand the zone to work away to righties underneath the hands. But she will throw some spinny off-speed pitches in there around 61 miles an hour just to keep you off balance.
Ball.
And the count goes full. Three-two pitch. Falls off the rise.
It is. It's typically that rise ball. It's almost like an off-speed rise, and so when it gets up in your eyes, it's easy to swing through it. Dodge doing a good job of just fouling it off, getting rid of it.
Pitch of this first at-bat for Tennessee.
Ball too far outside.
And Dodge draws the walk. We heard Anthony Small, the home plate umpire, say too far outside. He's with Chris Neighbors and Megan Rabin tonight. And immediately an opportunity for Alana and Gabby Leach. The sisters out of the Woodlands in Texas. Last year, she and her sister hit 7 homers, or the first 2 years, I should say, 7 homers and 41 ribbies. Already this year, 21 homers and 56 RBI. They have been the generators.
Leach with a big cut at that. Taking a look at Aycock, kind of, you could see the bubble off her head saying, what was that? A little bit slower. Out in front of it.
Aycock in front, 0-2.
Ball.
That's a close pitch. That's where Leach, you've got to be careful on that pitch on the outer half. Aycock will try to expand the zone on, and this is where it's going to be important for Tennessee. They have to be productive. They need productive outs. They need to move their base runners up in the scoring position. It's not just about hitting the ball out here. But we have seen a lot of home runs in the tournament so far.
That's been the story of the entire season nationwide. An offensive explosion. That ball fouled off of bunker. The life of a catcher right here. Oh.
Always seems to hit you where you don't have gear. Oh, and Leach, good job getting just enough of that to not swing and miss.
One-two pitch. Tried to pull the outside pitch. The only play will be at the first, but successful in moving Dodge over into scoring position with 1 out. And she'll pass the bat to her sister, Gabby.
It takes a hit behind her teammate, moving her up into scoring position.
Gabby hitting over 300, double-digit home runs on the year. Chance to give Tennessee the early lead. Smacks it foul. Big opportunity for this Tennessee offense to hit that reset button. You know, the numbers took a big dip when they started SEC play, as you would imagine, against some really good pitching. but they'd like to sort of rev it back up and get back to the way they were hitting and scoring in the non-conference. That's what they're going to see a lot more of in the NCAA regionals and supers in all likelihood.
Well, and that's what Coach Weekler talked about. You know, this was the #1 team in the country earlier this year. A team batting average over 340 and has since dropped below 300. And so they started out hot offensively and have kind of trickled downward.
Best start in school history, got out 26-0. They were #1 in the country for 5 weeks and then hit a speed bump and now have revved it back up in the home stretch. And Aycock gets a strikeout of Leach, 2 down.
Boy, Aycock really going to this spinny off-speed pitch. So it's about 62 miles an hour, just enough off of it, but you can see the rotation on. This is actually a screwball in the outer half, but look how far out in front Leach is. So Aycock really just taking a little bit off her pitches, not hammering the zone consistently at just 70 miles an hour, floating those pitches in at 61 and doing a great job of fooling hitters.
So a chance with 2 outs here for Emma Clark, the sophomore out of Cleveland, North Carolina. Had a big series against Alabama a couple weeks ago, went yard a couple times. Screwball off the end of the bat. And right back to the pitcher, Aycock. They got a runner on, no damage done as Sage Margetko gets set to go back to work.
Tournament. You see Tennessee's Sage Margetko getting the start here in the circle today. That's because she's efficient and organized, and that should come as no surprise because earlier today she won a pretty big award and was given that trophy right here on this field. She is efficient and organized as the SEC Softball Scholar Athlete of the Year. That's because she's got a 3.81 in biological sciences, biochemistry, and molecular biology. She's actually just wrapped up classes and starting finals. She did do some studying today for her advanced physiology, human physiology finals that are coming up later this weekend.
Impressive.
From a family of dentists and wants to continue the family tradition when her softball career concludes. She's just a junior. The transfer from South Carolina. It's now her 2nd season at Tennessee. She may have the opportunity to play softball a little while longer after she graduates at this rate.
Yeah, absolutely.
She faces 4, 5, and 6. This is the big swinging Maddie George. Freshman from Leander, Texas. New school record in homers and RBIs for Hottie Toddy.
Well, George is such a good eye. Understands the zone, what she wants to attack. Program records, as you mentioned, 21 home runs, 56 RBIs.
Went 2 for 3 in her SEC tournament debut yesterday. And there's a rocket off the glove of Clark, and George is on board once again to open up this second inning.
Well, and you can just see the way that she's going to get into this ball. Just on time, quick hands, pitch on the inner half, and she just explodes through it. Look at that great rotation, backside down, using those legs, and just barrels this up, hits it hard right at Emma Clark off the glove.
How about 77 on the exit velo, which is outstanding. Slow roll to short, could be 2. Not in time to get Reisner at first. They do get the lead runner.
Curve on the outer half and just around the ball. Reisner, just a little bit of a bobble. You could see the Ella Dodge, a little bit of a slip in the fingertip. That hair, that little bit of a difference is the safe call at first.
Ball, one out base runner for Leilana Applin. Leilana was 0 for 3 yesterday. Another ground ball to short, deep in the hole, far. They do get the lead runner again as she goes the short way. 2 down.
That is great communication. A really good job by Ella Dodge to get to second base. Bella Fa had no opportunity to get the out at first. So to be able to communicate on this and make sure that Dodge is where she needs to be. Look at her going into this 5-6 hole immediately. No hesitation going to second base. That is a bang-bang play getting that lead runner. And a nice stretch by Ella Dodge to make sure she stays on the bag and gets the out.
Stretching like a first baseman. Strike 1 to Tenley Grisham, who had a couple of hits yesterday. Out of the 7th spot in the lineup. Ole Miss safely into the NCAA tournament, 22 RPI with a strength of schedule of 3. 5 top 25 wins, but their signature wins were the 2 in the regular season against Tennessee. So they are looking at probably a 2 seed, a top 32 seed in the tournament. And a strikeout there for Margetko, her first.
Sage Margetko showing why she's got one of the best drop balls in the game. Look at that over-the-top rotation. Good job by Morrison to make sure she gets the strikeout.
SEC Softball Tournament on the SEC Network is presented by T-Mobile, America's best network.
A lot of home runs already. That's been the theme all year long. And look at that, color-coded and everything for you to all fields, Smitty. 14 home runs through the first 2 days. We are well on our way to setting a new SEC tournament home run record. Auburn, a big win over Texas A&M. So A&M losing. They were co-champs last year with Oklahoma. It's the 5th straight year a defending champ has had an early exit. And as chaotic as this tournament is year in and year out, that trend continues. Already 3 upsets in the first 5 games. This is the 13 seed against Ole Miss against the 5 seed Tennessee.
See all those home runs hit so far in this tournament. The hitter in me is like celebrating that, but the pitcher in me is crying. I mean, it's been a tough year to be in the circle for everybody. Yeah. Look at all them. They've been bashing.
They had to win 3 games here in order to be considered for an NCAA tournament bid with a 500 record. They have won twice. They need 1 more tomorrow against Florida. And a strikeout of Talon Holly to open up this 2nd inning.
Aycock really using that drop ball in the inner half. Look at the rotation on that, but more importantly, the location of it. Really good job of sneaking that underneath the hands.
Number 2 for Aycock, and now it's Ella Morrison in the 6th spot in the order. Also the freshman from Knoxville. High school Tennessee Player of the Year and a top 20 recruit for the Lady Vols.
Is interesting. One of the things that really resonates this year, the number of freshmen that are having just breakout seasons.
That'll scooch under the glove of Reesner. And a 1-out base runner for Tennessee.
Well, that's a 0-2 pitch that leaks back into the zone, and Morrison's just able to bash that, get it past Reesner. And you know, this is to me about pitch location. It's just too sweet to the zone when you're ahead 2 strikes, no balls, and it gets punished. Morrison, base hit.
Here's Sophia Knight. Big pickup, the transfer out of Boise State. Set a Mountain West Conference record with 103 hits last year to lead the nation. Batting .421 this year in her first season in the SEC. See how efficient Kyra Aycock has been. 20 of her 25 pitches for strikes so far.
She's done a great job as the season has progressed to really work on that control. Limit the free passes.
Considers the bunt. She was outstanding at the plate non-conference. It's been a work in progress in the SEC. She has dropped down from the leadoff spot into the 7th spot in the order here the last couple of weeks.
Ball. Ball.
Down in the dirt, Bunker able to keep it close by. Morrison will stay at first.
That's a good job by Bunker, especially with a heavy down ball pitcher like Aycock hammering that drop ball. You need to throw that at the knees or lower.
And that one pops out of Bunker's glove. And for the 2nd inning in a row, Tennessee's got a runner in scoring position.
And this is tough because you can see the way that Knight is going to come through. Look at the bat path. So it's going to get almost in the eyes. And as she pulls the bat back, so look at the bat, it gets into the eyes of Bunker, and then she's going to pull it back. Actually, it looks like she almost took at that, and then it still goes off the glove of Bunker.
I think I hear her saying, did she offer?
Yeah, at first I thought she pulled back, but then it looks like she offers here, you
Yes.
can see. Yeah, so that still looks like an offer.
Yep.
So it should be a 2-2 count.
And thus it is Ritt. Right back to Aycock, who spins to fire to first as we send it down to Holly Rowe.
I caught up with Ole Miss Jamie Traxel before the game and asked the head coach, why did she give the ball to Kyra Aycock to start this big game? And she said, I love her maturity. She has got a great demeanor. She's always calm. She's cool and she's collected. And I really want her to come out here and attack the zone, really try to keep it in the zone and go after these Tennessee hitters. And you've seen that. She's had a couple of mistakes there and then really calmly makes the play, keeps that calm demeanor.
Opposite field, base hit, and Tennessee strikes first. Off the bat of Bella Faw. Just her 10th RBI of the season. But good timing.
Bella Faw getting a pitch she can handle and attacking early. And you can see this pitch is right down the middle. It's supposed to be on the outer half, a drop ball away, but it leaks back onto the zone, and Faw's just going to bash it the opposite way. So the wild pitch and then the productive out by Sophia Knight easily puts a run up on the board.
That one foul. So a two-out base runner here for Maddie Rutan, and the Lady Vols 31-2 when they score first. Maddie transferring in from Eastern Kentucky. That was one of the things, you know, when Karen Wheatley talked to us this morning about some of the adversity they faced and some of the growing pains. There's some youth on this team. There are some transfers that have stepped right into key roles this year. They lost their 6 top hitters from a year ago when they were in the World Series semifinals. And the fly out there to end the inning, but a run up on the board for Tennessee.
Great job by Tennessee to strike first, pitch on the outer half. The Vols celebrating, getting it done. They do well when they have a lead.
For the first time in program history. This is sent in the air to center off the bat of Boutte. It is gone! Brady takes the 1-0 deep left field. Goodbye! The Rebels are rolling on to OKC.
Ole Miss shocked the softball world a year ago. Upset the 13 seed Arizona in the regionals, and then took down the 4-seed Arkansas in Fayetteville to advance to their first ever World Series. Their numbers heading into the postseason very similar this year for Jamie Traxel. Can they do it again when they went unseeded to the World Series. They went 2 in barbecue when they got to OKC, but they were both close games, one of them in extra innings. Showed themselves quite well in the postseason a year ago.
Just even getting there, yeah. And you know, similar this year in the sense that that strength of schedule. I mean, this is a battle-tested team. When you are playing that tough schedule, even pre-conference and obviously through the conference, it just sharpens you for the end of the year. Gives you that confidence to be able to match up against anybody.
After the Ryan Starr ground out, here's Taylor Malvin. Had a big run-scoring double in their first-round win over South Carolina last night. Out of the 9 spot in the order. Senior out of Johns Creek, Georgia.
Ball.
Now 2-2. Marjetko with 1 strikeout the first time through the order here. Keeping everything on the ground for the most part, Smitty.
And that's a big part of her game. Has that great separation, so she can really attack upstairs, downstairs.
Ball.
Using the drop here a little bit more than that rise ball that we've seen her, but she has the ability, first time through the lineup, to go downstairs, and then second time through the lineup, she can try to keep you upstairs with the rise.
Her strikeout to walk ratio, I think it looks like it's about 6 or 7 to 1. So good, and she gets the strikeout instead of the free pass, 2 down.
Just what we were talking about. So she'll hammer you low in the zone. She's got that great drop ball downstairs, and then she'll put this rise ball up at your eyes, and it just floats out of the zone. The swing and miss by Malvin. Big strikeout for Marjetko. Instead of walking the number 9 hitter, she induces the swing and miss for the strikeout.
Back to the top now, and Kennedy Bunker, a ground out her first time up. Winner moves into the quarterfinals to play the 4-seed Texas tomorrow night. Top 4 seeds, all with the double bye, so none of them have started yet. Oklahoma, Alabama, Florida, and Texas. Get the ball rolling tomorrow. We've had 6 different champions in the last 5 years. Co-champs last year with a rainout.
That's what's so great about this tournament. You just never know what you're going to get. I mean, it is epic softball.
Since single elimination started in 2006, the number 1 seed has only won 9 of 19 SEC tournaments. It's been chaotic. Called strike 3. And a 1-2-3 third for Marjetko.
How about Sage Marjetko? This is really schooling pitching right here. The setup pitch is the rise ball at the top of the zone. It gets fouled straight back. She's right on it. So what does she do? She comes back with the changeup. Love the way that Sage Marjetko throws that changeup, the rotation on it. 3 strikeouts for Sage Marjetko.
This year, our word is dominate. We just want to leave no room for question. Every game, we're competing basically for blood.
We're trying to be the absolute best you can be and dominate.
Well, Tennessee actually came out onto the field tonight with brand new shirts that said dominate. That's the mindset they're trying to adopt, and they have really been working on their mindset all season long. They've been reading this book called The Obstacle is the Way, and basically Karen Weekland trying to teach this team that no matter what, you're going to face some adversity. The adversity is going to come no matter how prepared you are, no matter what your skill set is or how good you are. But she said, what I want to teach my team this year is you have to be prepared when adversity strikes. What's next? She said, we've done a great job of that. Started off the season so strong, a school record, and then hit adversity. But they are digging their way out, and she wants that dominant mindset to be how they approach this tournament tonight.
And I love what she said earlier in the year about just aiming to win. She's like, we're not just aiming to win, we want to dominate so that we create separation between ourselves and our opponents.
Spent 5 weeks ranked #1 in the country. Had to deal with injury, with illness. Ripped through the right side. Ella Dodge, the leadoff batter, leading off this 3rd inning with a single.
She talked about how adversity, learning that adversity can be your friend. It truly brings out the best in you. Coach Weekly knows a lot about it with the career that she's had.
3rd in active wins, 9th in career wins. She's a Hall of Famer already.
Ball.
9 times to the World Series, a couple of trips to the Championship Series last year. Made it all the way to the national semis, got knocked out by Texas. Five SEC teams in Oklahoma City last year. How many can make it this year? Oppo, Alana Leach back on the track, and the catch is made by Grisham. Put a charge into that one.
Well, that's a good job by Grisham to go back and get that ball because it looked like it was going to float over, and she had to basically change her footwork as she went back to the wall. So take a look, this ball, she's going back over her left shoulder, and then she has to turn around. Good footwork to turn over and go over her throwing shoulder to make the catch. A little bit of a smile there, knowing like, oh boy, this ball's coming back on me.
Here's Gabby Leach. And that hitter. Second free pass.
It's a drop ball that's just up and in, gets on the arm guard.
It pushes a runner into scoring position here for Emma Clark.
Ball.
So they've had runners on every inning. They scored their run in the 2nd, the RBI single from Bella Faw.
Some of these pitches starting to leak back in the zone. Tennessee's doing a good job of attacking them, just not quite barreling them up. See their swing path, they're hitting the bottom of the ball a lot.
Reach for that one away. 1-2. Aycock with a couple of strikeouts for the first time through the lineup. Same spot, this time Clark reaches it.
Yeah, really trying to expand that zone. 1-2 count for Aycock, so she's ahead. So important to be able to use that outer half, try to get that ball to sneak in and out of the zone as quick as possible, get that swing and miss.
Pops it up to short. 2 down.
another good location. I've been impressed with Aycock because that was really, with her career at Oklahoma State, that was one of the things that got her in trouble, is that she did not have the ability to control the strike zone. She's been impressive here at the end of the season. Take a look at her pitch count there, just 45 pitches, but the strike to ball ratio, outstanding, right where you want to be, about 66 to 70%.
Bend over to make the play at first, a couple stranded. And it remains 1-0 Tennessee behind the arm of Sage Marjetko, the Scholar Athlete of the Year in the SEC. Spinning it again tonight.
On the SEC Network, presented by T-Mobile, here with Tennessee head coach Karen Weekly. And coach, your team off to a good start at the plate, but you left a couple on right there. What do you want to see more at the plate with your swings right now?
Just better at bats. When we get runners in scoring position, that's a prime opportunity, first and second with only one out. You're where you want to be in the lineup at 4 or 5, but I think we just swung out of the zone right there and just let the pitcher keep taking us further out of the zone. And then, with Tay's swing just not being on time. First pitch, we definitely don't want to be late. We want to be early, if anything.
Your pitcher has been doing a great job, though, in the circle. Sage Marjetko, what do you say about her and how she's commanding this game right now?
Sage has been a competitor for us all year. I mean, from day one, and the crazy thing is she didn't get to pitch all fall because of an injury, but she's just been lights out, and she's playing just because she loves the game and really appreciating, being able to play. And our team has so much trust in her, and I do too.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Holly. Karen, time to look at tonight's extra effort, brought to you by Regions Bank.
And it is Sage Marjetko on those strikeouts, the way she's been using all quadrants of the zone, drop ball down in the dirt. How about the rise ball? Look at the rotation and the spin on that, and then just the filthy changeup, that backward rotation, tight spin, dropping those velocities down into the low 50s. So Marjetko really doing a great job at controlling the zone. No free passes, the 3 strikeouts in her 3 innings of pitch.
And just the 1 hit off the bat of Maddie George. Mackenzie Pickens, and now a second hit. And the lead off aboard for the 4th. And here come the big hitters right behind her, 3 and 4.
Well, and this ball's rise ball, and it off the end of the bat. At first it looks like it might leave the yard, but because it's off the end of the bat, it's just going to drop in front of Leach out in left field. So a leadoff hit, though, for Ole Miss, trying to get something started here in the 4th.
Game-tying run aboard for Yamas, and then Maddie George. Ball. Second inning, they've had a base runner. Marjetko went 1, 2, 3 in both the 1st and 3rd innings.
Ball.
And now falls behind here, 2-0. Yamas and George, they're the 2 that can do the damage. Opposite. And there are a couple on with nobody out, and here comes Maddie George. 21 homers, 56 RBI. She's already got 3 hits in their first game and a half here at the SEC tournament. And the first sign of trouble for Marjetko.
Well, this is where Ole Miss will force your hand. Yamas and George middle.
That one's 73 miles an hour off the bat. .70 considered really hot. They've already had a couple well above that for the Ole Miss record breaker.
Ball.
Doesn't go after the change. And just like Tori and Haley were talking about pregame, Pickens starting to warm up in the bullpen for Tennessee. They might tag team him here. And that one just misses. 3-0. There's Carlin. The two-time SEC back-to-back pitcher of the year. First chance for the Tigers. Pickens and Yamas aboard. Ground ball, and it gets under the glove of Dodge. And a hesitation coming to the plate, and it won't hurt Pickens, who ends up scoring to knot this game at 1 apiece.
Well, defensively, it looks like a little bit of miscommunication between Clark and Dodge on this right side of the infield. This ball well struck, but it looked like Dodge was going to get to it. Clark comes over, and so a little bit of miscommunication there. I think Dodge wasn't sure if Clark was going to get it. Nonetheless, it's a base hit. A little bit of a hesitation by Pickens coming around third. The throw comes in, a tight play at home. But Ole Miss able to knot up this game.
They're going to give the error to Dodge as the ball got underneath her glove, and she knew it.
Yeah.
Chest tap, my bad. And Pickens, after some indecision rounding third, able to score. So now Yamas at second and George at first. A chance for the 13 seed to take the lead on the 5 seed. Looks like a pinch runner possibly here for George at first. She can re-enter.
Well, the key here is that George got herself in a hitter's count, as did Yamas.
It's going to be Cassidy Patterson out at second base for Yamas.
So Marjetko pitching from behind a little bit this inning, and Ole Miss capitalizing.
Here's Cassie Reisner with 2 on, a run in, and still nobody out. Grounded into a fielder's choice, her first time up.
Yeah.
Looking to push the runners over.
Trying to play a little small ball and try to force the hand of the infield for Tennessee. Rutan and McClark, the corners for Tennessee, you're going to have to respect that, and it's either up the line.
Pops it up. 1 down.
Good job by Morrison to keep that in her glove.
Now you bring the double play into play. Leilana Applin.
Especially with Applin being right-handed. You know, it's the time of the year you don't get asked to bunt very much early in the year, but you got to be able to do it at the end of the year.
Slow roar to second for 1 over to first. Not in time. And runners on the corners here with 2 down.
With 2 out.
Tenley Grisham. Marjetko struck her out with a drop ball first time up. And Karen Weekly, are they going to make a pitching change right here? It would appear so. Marjetko will depart. And here comes the two-time All-American. Carlin Pickens gets the call in a 1-1 game here in the fourth. Back in a moment. Weaverville, North Carolina, 68-32, has won the last two SEC Pitcher of the Year awards. On in relief here for Marjetko with 2 on and 2 out.
Pickens, one of the best in the game. Hard thrower, but ability to move the ball through the zone. It's that drop ball in the mid-70s. Great movement, but it's a rise ball at the top of the zone at 72 miles an hour. And how about a changeup that she will throw in the low 60s? Just so much movement, explosive with that velocity, able to work the corners in a big jam here, trying to get out of it.
Against Tenley Grisham. Catcher indifference, and Applin will head over to second, so 2 in scoring position. Can Ole Miss take the lead?
Ball.
1-1. Chops back up the middle and through. Knocked down. And they've got the runner hung up behind between third and home, and a run will score, but then the final out. What a great diving play by Dodge to keep it in the infield, and then they get the runner caught off at third base, but the run before her scores for a 2-1 lead.
Well, how about Grisham with a high hopper up the middle, but Ella Dodge keeping this ball on the infield, and the defense goes to work. They get the run down to get out of the jam, but Ole Miss takes the lead 2-1.
T-Mobile, here with the Ole Miss head coach. And what an eventful inning. I want to start with this. You're mad at yourself right now about something. What are you mad about?
Well, in hindsight, I wish I would have just sent her. I didn't know she was going to dive and stop it. I thought it was going to get to that center fielder, but I was proud of the inning that we had. Put a lot of balls in play, made them make some plays, and obviously came up with a 2 spot.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, because your hitters attacked and really chased Marjetko. What changed for them in that inning?
I think sometimes our second time through is actually a lot better than our first time through. Got good barrel on the ball, and then just made their defense move a little bit, make some plays, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like that we're swinging at strikes with a lot of confidence.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Howdy, toddy.
All right, so the 2-run top of the 4th. They took 2 of 3 from Tennessee in the regular season, all low scoring, all decided by a single run. One of those wins was Kyra Aycock, who's back out there now with a lead into the bottom of the 4th. And she'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup.
She's been on point. Just a couple of free passes. But she's been tough to barrel up. And I think, we saw Coach Weekly getting in to Tennessee.
Applin drifting over by the line, running down.
And one of the things that Coach Weekly talked to us about is that we can't let the misses go by. They've got to be able to attack those. And what Aycock has done well, though, as we mentioned, she is effectively wild. One pitch might be well out of the zone. The next one might leak right back into the zone. You got to be prepared against Aycock.
Opposite way, Sophia Knight, and reaching out to make the grab is Grisham. 2 down.
Grisham, she's out there, but look at where she's at. She is pulled in, and this ball is well struck. She is going to have to go out and actually takes a first step in, but can recover and go back. We've seen a couple of late recoveries by Grisham to be able to make catches back over her head, and again with the smile, being like, whew, I got to it.
Here's Bella Fong as Aycock tries to get her first 1-2-3 inning of the night.
When you look at this Tennessee lineup right now, the thing that I noticed, Beth, is there's no consecutiveness. There's not a walk and a hit or back-to-back hits, and that's what Ole Miss was able to do last inning. A couple of base hits and an error, so they put all those back-to-back-to-back, and you put some runs up on the board. And so Tennessee has done a good job of getting on base, but just not following up, being back-to-back-to-back, and that's what Coach Weekly is looking for.
Ball, that's too low. It's a good spot. Good spot. Good spot.
Full count. And a ground ball to Pickens. And it is a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Ole Miss. Notice that Ole Miss had not re-entered Percy Yamas, who was lifted for a pinch runner. And since Yamas was involved in that last out in the bottom of the fourth, Tennessee challenges that out, and we go back to Bella Faw as the batter with 2 outs and a 3-2 count. And now Yamas has been re-entered into the game. I think we're going to hear from Megan Rabin here.
Ole Miss did not re-enter 0-0. As a result, the batter is still up to bat. We have a 3-2 count, 2 outs.
So it's basically a repitch of the last pitch that resulted in an out that Yamas was involved in.
3-2 count, 2 out for Bella Faw, who had an RBI single, scoring the only Tennessee run back in the second inning.
Ball.
And that's ball 4. So not a 1-2-3 inning. And now a 2-out base runner for Maddie Rutan. Maddie flew out to right field the first time out. First pitch swinging. And a fly ball out to Grisham, and that'll retire the side. 2-1, Ole Miss on top.
Unlimited Softball League. Loading 6 teams take the field in their home markets, each stacked with a lineup worthy of the spotlight. The AUSL on ESPN. This is legendary.
Now the number 1 pick in the
The number 1 overall pick, Carolina Blaze select pitcher Carlin Pickens from the University of Tennessee.
Quite a moment earlier this week for Carlin Pickens, the number 1 pick in the draft. We've got coverage for you all summer long on the ESPN networks, building towards the AUSL Championship Series at the end of July down at Texas A&M and Davis Diamond. And Pickens came on in the 4th and now starting out here in the 5th inning. Down 2-1. Winner advances to the quarterfinals and a date with Texas. Ryan Starr, 8-9, and then the top.
It's really been great to watch Pickens throughout her career, and now the opportunity to play professional softball. And just all the things that she's accomplished. All-American. She has a field named after her. Pretty impressive.
Fastest pitch ever recorded. Two of the fastest, actually. Threw one against Jordy Fromm and another against Brie Ellis. I mean, she stepped up in the big moments.
Ball.
And it's ball 4 there, and they were wondering how that missed.
First free pass given up by the Tennessee staff and by Pickens.
Ball.
Malvin struck out back in the 3rd. And Megan Rhodes Smith, the former Tennessee pitcher and now pitching coach, out to talk with Pickens. And send it down to Holly.
Well, Carlin Pickens has had an interesting season. She got a strain earlier this year. It was kind of scary for a few days. Everyone in college softball holding their breath. Was she seriously injured? The MRI showed it was just a strain, but Karen Wickley said this is a young lady that's an athlete, a 3-sport athlete in high school, and had never been injured in her career. So being out for those few weeks and coming back, kind of changing some mechanics, getting back into the swing of things, she is just now starting to get back in a rhythm, and you can see that here.
Well, and Holly, to your point, I think the change of mechanics has had some effect on her pitches. I think her off-speed pitch is a little fast. In fact, it is the lowest speed differential between D1 pitchers. Just about 7 miles an hour difference between her hard stuff and her changeup. So just really trying to figure out the slight mechanical change that she's had to make in order to keep her shoulder healthy.
Missed 11 days back in early March.
So we'll take a look at Carlin Pickens, and you can see before the injury, look at how over-rotated she is. Her shoulder's forward, her arm is behind her shoulder, and after the injury, her shoulder is back, so she's in a better position. The hip angle, shoulder angle is about a 45-degree angle, so hip angle, shoulder should be 45 to 52 degrees, and that allows the arm to act as a pendulum. When the shoulder, the hips are over-rotated, the arm gets behind that, it now is an impingement, right, and it creates shoulder tightness.
Ground ball to Clark. She'll step on the bag. 2 down, and Starr is into scoring position.
And with those mechanical changes, it creates a little bit of a change in your release point and the way you spin the ball. All the little things, the nuances of pitching are the different things that right now Carlin Pickens is trying to make adjustments on. And so is she healthy? Yes. Coach Wickley talks about that over and over. She is healthy, but she's still having to deal with adjustments.
Strike 1 to Mackenzie Pickens. Singled and scored in the 4th. Flew out to center her first time up. Oh, and 2.
And that's the pitch she's starting to use more of. She's been, since she came back from her injury, a lot of heavy down drop. I think she needs to use that rise ball more, and I think she needs to try to slow up that changeup a little bit more. Because let's face it, speed doesn't fool people. It's speed plus, speed plus spin, speed plus spin and locations.
Ball. Get your offer!
Oh, wow. This,
Tennessee thought this was strike 3.
This looked like a pitch on the inner half that was well located, and the swing, you can see that is clearly
strike 3.
A strike. You have to go down to the closed umpire.
Third base ump.
Exactly.
The first base ump is down at second. And it hit her. So from a strikeout to a free pass. Second one of the inning.
So you're looking at the third out of an inning on a check swing that doesn't get called on a pretty good pitch, low and inside, to a ball that is a drop that just gets away from Carlin Pickens, and it hits the batter on the foot. So Pickens hits Pickens.
Well, now it brings Yamas up, and there's going to be 2 in scoring position as that pitch kicks away from Morrison. Scored that a wild pitch. Things have not gone according to plan here with Pickens coming on in relief of Margetko. Let's see if Ole Miss can take advantage of the opportunities. Yamas a ground out and a single with a run scored.
Ball. Good job by Morrison to block that.
Matty George awaits. Here's the 3-0.
Wow, 3-0.
Green light.
Green light. And I don't have a problem with that, but I do when it's a 3-0 pitch that's a ball. She chases that one down on the ground.
Hit a home run yesterday and the win over Carolina. And draws the walk to load the bases for one of the best freshman sluggers in the country. They are loaded with free passes. And Maddie does have a home run from their regular season series off of Carlin. Right back up the middle, base hit. 1 run is in. They'll try and score a second, and they will. 2-run single for Matty George.
And how about the freshman coming up, first pitch swinging, knowing that the first good pitch she sees, she needs to be aggressive, she needs to barrel it up, and she does just that. After a walk to Yamas, the freshman's gonna come up on a pitch that is sweet, right over the plate, and she pounds it right back up the middle. You could see it immediately, no hesitation. She is on time, barrels that up, and with 2 outs, Ole Miss easily gonna score a couple more to widen the lead by 3 runs.
And Karen Weekly telling the third base umpire that that's on you. All this going down after a missed called third strike on a check swing. But 2 of the free passes hurt Pickens in Tennessee. It's 4-1 Ole Miss. Still working. Cassie Reisner.
Ball too far out.
Back-to-back big innings for Ole Miss.
Ole Miss has just been so good at the consecutiveness. They have drawn walks, hit batters back to back to back, and then they get the hit by Matty George, the freshman. Well, they did the same thing in the 4th inning, back-to-back hits, take advantage of an error. So this is just a very opportunistic offense by Ole Miss.
George's 2 hits, by the way, both 75 miles an hour plus exit velo. 2-2. Knocked down by Pickens, who rifles it to first. This is how things go down for Ole Miss in a 4-1 lead. Matty George with the clutch hit, but it all happens after this. Called a check swing and not a strike 3 for the 3rd out. Carlin Pickens can't believe it, and after that, George does the damage right back at you. And Karen Weekly says, hey, that's on you, Blue. Thoroughbreds, basketball, Bourbon. And this week in Kentucky, SEC softball, second round action. And an upset brewing, the 13 seed Ole Miss with the 4-1 lead over the 5 seed Tennessee. And how do the Lady Vols respond to that controversial top half of the inning and now find themselves down 4-1? This has been the issue throughout the season. Can they provide some firepower and score runs against SEC opponents?
Well, they have struggled. I mean, their offense was good early. It has dropped down at sub-300 team batting average. Just not taking advantage of free passes. 3 of them given up by Aycock already to just 3 hits.
Pitching coach Nancy Evans out to chat with Kyra Aycock. 4 innings of work, just the 3 hits allowed so far.
She's been good, she's been efficient.
Facing the top of the Tennessee order, they've had runners on base throughout, but the Lady Vols 3 for 12 with runners on base, 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Ella Dodge has been on base twice with a walk and a single.
That's a good take by Ella Dodge. I mean, this is an important at-bat for her. Head 3-0, trying to get this started for the Vols. Opportunity here, 3rd time through the lineup.
And Dodge draws the leadoff. She's on base for the 3rd time, and the tying run will come to the plate. And here come the Leach sisters. 0 for 3 with a hit batter between the 2 of them. And there's been plenty of bullpen activity for Ole Miss. They may make a move to the pen right here.
Let's see who they go to. Emily Boyer was outstanding yesterday in their win.
She also had a regular season win over Tennessee. And here comes the senior from Harrisburg, South Dakota. D2 transfer, who picked up the win yesterday in her SEC tournament debut as Aycock heads to the dugout.
Boyer was so strong yesterday. 110 pitches in her complete game. Shutout, did not give up a run. And when you look at her statistics, 83 walks on the year, but she was stellar yesterday with just 1 free pass. It was the drop ball at 70 miles an hour. Majority of her strikeouts yesterday were looking. 5 of the 6 looking, and you can see the way she peppered the zone, especially hard down and on that outer corner to right-handed hitters. Likes to come across her body, scattered those 4 hits on the 110 pitches. Just an outstanding effort against South Carolina to pick up the win.
Yeah, she threw a complete game 3-hitter to beat Tennessee in the regular season. And a big moment here, trying to shut the door before Tennessee can get something going. Both these teams into the NCAA tournament, but for Tennessee, they are on that Supers host bubble. If you can get a top 8 seed, you can play at home in the regionals and the Supers. And for Ole Miss, last year's run to the quarterfinals sparked their postseason run to their first ever World Series trip.
We talked about their strength of schedule and how important it is to you know, iron sharpens iron. We say it all the time. You get into big moments, big games like this, and you're tested. You know you've got that confidence in an athlete, and there is nothing better and more powerful than a confident athlete.
So here's Alana Leach. Half-hearted swing at that, strike one.
A lot of similarities also with Aycock. Drop balls hard at 70 miles an hour down in the zone.
Ground ball to first. Yamas gets the lead runner at second. One down. The book on Boyer. He's been good recently for Ole Miss. So here comes Gabby Leach.
Ball.
Miles an offer. Or miles an hour on that offer. Leach struck out in the first, got hit by a pitch in the third. She pulls it to Yamas. Same deal. And not good coverage there by Mackenzie Pickens. Couldn't get to the base in time to try for the double play. But again, they do get the lead runner, 2 down.
This is an Ole Miss team that can turn double plays too, 27 on the year, but those last two, I think, giving up on the speed of the Leach sisters getting down the line.
Here's Emma Clark. Tennessee was fired up between innings, trying to swing the momentum in their favor, and Boyer is trying to shut that down.
Well, when you look at this Ole Miss pitching staff, coming into today's game, as a staff, they had walked 213 hitters this year. Their team had only drawn 187 walks. So just think of the advantage they're giving away. Now that they've tightened that up, this has become a premier pitching staff.
Ball.
And that's really the key. We talk about it all the time. We sound like a broken record. The free passes, typically the teams that win the freebie wars end up winning the ball game. Did a good job of scattering those free passes, working around them.
None of the 4 have scored.
Exactly.
For Tennessee. Opposite way, Clark, and there's Applin. Side retired. To the 6th inning. Upset Bruin in Lexington. Welcome back to the 2026 SEC Softball Tournament on the SEC Network, presented by T-Mobile. Now let's revisit, Smitty, that 5th inning.
Well, a lot of craziness going on. Carlin Pickens looks like she has strike 3 and the inning is over, but the call down to 3rd, they say she does not go. She clearly does. So Mackenzie Pickens is ended up getting hit on the foot. And then how about the RBI right back up the middle? Maddie George, the freshman, getting it done. And Coach Weekly saying that is on you. Those 2 runs scoring on free passes. is how they got on base. So 2 big runs scoring with 2 outs.
And then Maddie George clutch in a 4-1 lead into the 6th inning. Snagged at third by Maddie Rutan.
And this coming out, just aggressively swinging at pitches early in the count and barreling up. This ball's just mashed right at Maddie Rutan. Look at the way she's going to dive into that 5-6 hole. The reacts. Wow. Outstanding.
One down, here's Tenley Grisham.
But going back to that 5th inning, I know, Ole Miss capitalizing on the opportunities, but for Tennessee, they were still down 2-1. I mean, this is when they go back and look at this game, they're going to need to look at their offense and say, how do we support our pitchers?
Yeah, that's been an issue really when Pickens has pitched all season. You know, they've only got 6 outs now to work with.
Yeah, and ironically, the run support's less for Pickens than it is for Margetco and Neuer.
Yeah, now a strikeout, but the ball gets away from Morrison.
Well, you can just see things are wheels falling off the cart. So that goes off the end of the glove of Morrison. That ball's got some movement down and away. Sure, Pickens right now is going in her mind like, what do I have to do in order to get a strikeout? I get a strikeout, I don't get the call, the check down to third to the umpire, and then I get a strikeout. It goes
a little bit of everything going against her here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so a 1-out base runner for Ryan Starr. Check that, that's a pinch hitter, Rachel Connors. Pops it up. Foul would give way to Knight, 2 down.
Oh, and ironically, the only strikeout, the second strikeout that Pickens ends up getting ends up at first base. So this is just some craziness.
Taylor Malvin. Pickens continues to fire at 70 plus. Ball.
This is where Carlin, we see all the velocity that she has, but we still realize she's a young pitcher. And I think as she matures, she's going to work on some pitches that maybe have some more action in and out of the zone, more curve, more screwball is going to definitely help her.
Legging it out safe at first is Malvin. And 2 on, and they'll pass the bat to the top of the order.
Well, it's a slow developing play because of the high hop. Ella Dodge does a good job to go get it, but because of that high hop, it is going to be a close play over at first. And you can see, look at the high hop on this. She knows she gets it, and she's really quick release. But it's the speed of Malvin, and she sees it, she knows it, getting down that line.
Chance here for Kennedy Bunker. Swings at the rise out of the zone. Ole Miss, 3rd inning in a row with some disruption.
Ball.
dirt. Throw down the second, not in time.
On that last pitch in the dirt, that's Pickens' changeup. That's 65 miles an hour. That pitch used to be 61, 62 miles an hour. And 3 miles an hour doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. Percentage-wise.
Ball 3-1. The 6th seed Texas A&M already upset today. 3 upsets in our first 5 games here at the SEC tournament. And the 5 seed Tennessee in trouble. Full count. Three-two pitch from Pickens. Opposite way base hit. We're going to send the runner. The throw to the plate. Not in time. Safe at home is Tenley Grisham. Ole Miss, and Tennessee will challenge.
Good throw coming in from Leach. Morrison with the tag.
Tennessee is reviewing the call at home plate. The call on the field is under review.
Almost a swim move. It looks like she has the left hand coming in. Avoids the tag, comes to her back. Look at the way she comes to her back and reaches with the right hand.
Let's see if the glove hits the helmet here at all. Is there any contact there? What a slide by Grisham.
I call that a swim move.
The call on the field is changed.
Yep.
The runner is out. Tennessee has 2 challenges remaining.
Good call. The swipe tag there on that last look did get her in the helmet before the hand touched home. It'll remain 4-1 to the bottom of the 6th.
Tori Haley will see you after the game to get you set for Georgia LSU. In fact, we'll have an on-field conversation with Georgia shortstop Emily Digby. Also recap the day as it was. Winners from this game will be up here with us, but how about what we're seeing?
Man, that play at the plate, it was tight. You know Jamie Traxel was sending her because she didn't send her earlier in that game.
How about the outfielders making some plays? Phenomenal throw, getting the out. Love to see it.
Big opportunity for the Rebels to move on, guys.
3-1 lead, Dari. Thank you very much for Ole Miss over Tennessee to the bottom of the 6th. And coming up for the Lady Vols, 5, 6, and 7. Just 3 hits so far on the day.
Yeah, the offense it's been anemic. I mean, they're not barreling up balls. They're around pitches. Just out of sorts.
Ball.
See if they can make adjustments here late in the game. 6 outs to work with.
Base runners in every inning, but they are 1 for 13 with a runner aboard.
And you know, Beth, when you look at your scorecard, they just haven't moved them. And even when they get a board, there's non-productive outs. There's just no rhythm within the offense right now.
6 outs to work with against Emily Boyer on in relief for Ole Miss. She and Kyra Aycock have been a good combo so far, and Holly reaches one down.
Well, and now you can tell that Tennessee is starting to chase outside of the zone. The pressure is on. This pitch is well out of the zone, and look at the chase on this. Holly going after a pitch that's well out of the strike zone. That's a ball. That's a pitch that you've got to say yes, yes, no, and hold up on.
Here's Elsa Morrison. She has one of the hits and scored their only run back in the 2nd inning. Can Ole Miss do what they did to Tennessee in the regular season? So good against the Lady Vols. Look at that. They won 2 of 3. Look at the difference when they face Tennessee against everybody else in the SEC.
I mean, the ERA, it's explosive against everybody else, but at Tennessee, they are on point.
They are their 2 signature wins on the resume, trying to add another one. I mean, a deep run in this SEC tournament for them would put them on the host bubble, similar to the run they made in 2017 when they won the SEC tournament 4 games in 4 days. 2 down.
And again, chasing a pitch out of the zone.
Tennessee's best comeback of the season. They did it twice against LSU, coming from 4 down. Here's Sophia Knight.
Ball is too far out.
Winner of this one gets Texas in the quarterfinals, and then still to come later tonight, our 8-9 matchup, LSU and Georgia.
I think the other thing that's interesting as well is that we haven't seen a lot of adjustments even within the box. I mean, right now, Tennessee's being hammered at the lower half of the zone. Both Boyer and Aycock are heavy down ball pitchers, and finally a little bit of movement. Now up in the box trying to catch that pitch. Does decrease your velocity.
See if Tennessee too may be considering a switch back to the starter, Sage Margetko. Will she come on in the 7th? One-two pitch. Base knock. And the Lady Vols rally on 2.
And this is about adjustments. This is Sophia Knight being at the front of the box. And when you're hitting off a drop ball pitcher, look at where she's at. They are finally making an adjustment, so she barrels up that ball before it starts that downward trajectory. And great job of getting those hands down, barrel on plane on a drop ball before it really starts to move down in the zone. And those are the adjustments that Tennessee's going to have to make in order to hit pitchers low in the zone.
This is Bella Faw, the RBI single in the 2nd. Walked in the 4th. Can Ole Miss match what Auburn has done? The Tigers, the 14 seed, have already advanced. They'll play Florida tomorrow with the upset today over Texas A&M. Ole Miss trying to move on to the quarters as well. Texas awaits a team that swept them during the regular season. One more game to go tonight, and then our quarterfinals get underway 11 Eastern on SEC Network with Florida and Auburn. As the double bye teams, the top 4 seeds, jump in the pool.
Fun not to chase out of the zone.
Hard shot to short, and it's gloved by Reisner to end the inning. 3-run Ole Miss lead to the 7th.
SEC Softball Tournament on the SEC Network is presented by T-Mobile, America's best network.
To the 7th inning, and this is a big inning for Tennessee. Have they done enough work for the selection committee? Right now, they are on that host bubble at number 8. They have the 3rd most top 25 wins of anybody in the country, including wins head-to-head over UCLA and Oregon, and a loss to Duke, so they are familiar with the folks right around them. Only Oklahoma and Texas have more top 25 wins than Tennessee does. And it may not suit them well to get bounced in their first game here, but that's what they're looking at. Down to Ole Miss, 4-1. 3 outs left to work with, and first the Rebels will go to work.
Well, we've seen this tournament make and break teams.
Top 16 host a regional. Top 8, if they win their home regional, stay at home for the Supers. Last year they were a top 8. Beat Nebraska in the Supers to get to the World Series.
Coach Weasley talked about the importance of a tournament like this. Nothing to lose, go out there and play, get after it. And Tennessee ends up dropping this game. They're going to go back and look at film. And
Pickens skies that to right. Lady Vols do have the top of their order coming up in the bottom of the 7th, but they have only mustered 4 hits against really good Ole Miss pitching.
Yeah, and I think it's the lack of adjustments. We started seeing it a little bit. Sophia Knight in that last inning moved up in the box fall as well. She's charged that ball, but you have to make those adjustments a little bit earlier in the game. It's hard to do it when you only have 6 outs left. Now they're down to 3 outs.
Will get a pinch hitter in the 9 spot, and then Ella Dodge and the Leach sisters for Tennessee.
Ball. There's the changeup again in the dirt, 63 miles an hour. But that's going to be the pitch that Pickens goes back and really works on. Because you've got to be able to use that against a Percy Yamas or against a Maddie George. You've got to have something that you can mix up speeds with.
These are big matchups for her right here with Yamas and George. 3 and 4 hitters. Yamas has reached twice, a single and a walk. And now 3 times. That walk on 4 pitches. And here comes Maddie George as we take a look at the best in the game, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Maddie George with a pitch on the inner half, attacking, drives that right back up the middle. And she's going to plate 2 runs on that single in the 5th inning.
And here she comes again.
I think what's also impressive, Beth, is it's the batting average, just a skosh under 400 with the 21 home runs. So it's power, it's average.
Fearless does have a home run off of Pickens in the regular season. Lines that to third. 2 down.
And just on time. I mean, she is not fooled. It's a loud out.
There's Cassie Reisner. Ball in the dirt. Yamas will advance. Wild pitch from Pickens.
Again, some of the uncharacteristic misses that we've seen from Pickens. Number of wild pitches, 3 passes, 3 walks, and a hit batter. Even her rise ball, her release is too high, so the pitch is actually moving from high to higher, for lack of better words, but it's already identifiable.
It's a swing and miss there, 2 and 2. Another 2-2 pitch. Ball. Full count. Reisner staying right in there. Good fight.
Yeah, she's not fooled by anything. Swinging at pitches that are out of the zone, getting rid of stuff that's close. Pickens already up to 66 pitches.
Got her. Last chance coming up for Tennessee. The 5 seeds in trouble against Ole Miss. having themselves a time today. Rallying from a deficit for a 4-1 lead into the 7th inning. For the second year in a row, trying to shock the SEC tournament and knock off a high seed as the postseason push is on. They took 2 of 3 from the Lady Vols in the regular season, trying to tack on another one here and join Auburn for the first time in SEC tournament history to have 2 double-digit seeds win their first 2 games. Tigers have already advanced to the quarters against Florida tomorrow. Ole Miss trying for a showdown with Texas tomorrow. 9 and then the top of the order for Tennessee. This is a pinch hitter, Meredith Barnhart. Just her 31st at-bat of the season for the freshman out of Parker, Colorado. Facing Emily Boyer, she is tag teamed with Kyra Aycock to throw a gem just outside the line. Karen Weekly going deep into the stat sheet on this one. Yeah, Smitty, her last pinch hit appearance was against Ole Miss. And as a pinch hitter, she's 2-12 on the season. Down here, 1-2. Ball.
Barnhart, she also picks up a lefty in the box, a little bit more speed than Rutan in this 9-hole, and if she can turn it over, she'll get Dodge up and the Leach sisters.
Get it in play, put some pressure on the defense. Ground ball to second. And Ole Miss 2 outs away from an upset, and now they've got to deal with the top of the order. Ella Dodge has reached 3 times with a single and 2 walks. Held so far to just 4 hits and the 1 run on the day.
Well, it's interesting when we talk with Coach Traxel as well. Keys to this tournament, one of the things that she said is that keep our opponents out of scoring position. They have done a great job of that today. In fact, Ella Dodge is the only Vol to get into scoring position.
Infield pop up, 2 down.
Wow.
And now it's down to the Leaches.
Yeah, just shut down offense and defense for this Ole Miss team.
Alana is 0 for 3. The growth has been spectacular for Leach. A reserve for her first couple of seasons. She was not a starter on opening day for Tennessee and got a chance early to shine and did just that. And has become a 300 hitter with power in her first year as an everyday starter.
That's what they say, make your performance so good they can't keep you out of the lineup. That's what Alana Leach has done.
Out in front. Boyer wanted that one. 2-1. Second time that Alana has seen Boyer. That was actually the first batter that Boyer faced, coming on in relief in the 5th. And now down to their final strike. Well, the upsets continue at the SEC. 3 of the first 5 games have gone to the underdogs.
You know, Beth, this is just the result of how strong the season is. It didn't matter if you were playing one of the last teams in the league, standings-wise, versus top teams in the league. You knew it was always going to be a battle, and that's what we're seeing at this SEC tournament.
Ground ball to second, and it's bobbled, and Tennessee has hope. Pickens could not pick it cleanly.
Mackenzie Pickens going into that 3-4 hole. It looks like this is going to be a routine play. Gets her glove on it, and just off the heel of it. Just a little bit of a bobble, and you can see that Boyer's like, hey, it's okay. Love to see the pitchers working with the infield and saying it's all right, we got this.
Zoe Schuler on the run, and fitting that it should come down to the Leaches. The 2 sisters who follow in the footsteps of 2 older sisters, a full family of Lady Vols softball players. With Alana on base, here's Gabby. Oh, 1 from Boyer. 1-1.
Boyer's been impressive these last 2 days, working on that glove side of the plate, into lefties, away from righties. Continues to throw hard on that corner.
And for the second time, Tennessee down to its final strike.
Ball too far out.
Boyer wanted that
full count. Walk here brings the tying run to the plate. Swing and a miss, and Ole Miss pulls off the stunner as they knock out the 5-seed Tennessee, and the Rebels are into the quarterfinals for the 2nd year in a row. Boyer and Aycock limit the Lady Vols to just 4 hits. And they join Auburn as double-digit seeds, advancing to the quarters. First time we've seen a couple of teams do that in an SEC championship.
Yeah, just a great team effort by Ole Miss in every single pitch. Doing their job defensively in the circle, and then they're hitting on point, taking advantage of the free passes that Tennessee offered. So Boyer in relief, doing exactly what she did last night. That heavy drop ball, throwing it on that glove side of the plate, just hammering that lower part of the zone. Boyer's 3rd save, and Kyra Aycock with her 13th win of the season. Ole Miss advancing.
So Tennessee going home early, and Maddie George continues to shine, Holly Rowe, in her debut here at the SECs.
She really does. You know, you're the only freshman in this starting lineup for Ole Miss. How are you so comfortable and being the one that is driving them towards these wins?
Honestly, I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, whatever. I'm still just going to do my best and do whatever to help my team out. So, yeah.
We've talked about you breaking the home run record this season, but you also have broken the RBI record. You had more today that you piled on. What are you really seeing well at the plate right now when you've got runners in scoring position that you're taking advantage of?
Honestly, I just hunt my zone, stick to my plan, and just if I do that, it just always works out for me. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, but I mean, it's hit or miss.
It's the SEC tournament debut for you. You know, you haven't been here on this big stage yet. What's it like so far for you?
It's just incredible. Honestly, I never thought I would be experiencing this at all. It's huge. Never thought I'd be here today, honestly.
You're from Texas.
Yes.
The win today, now there's a matchup against Texas. What's that going to be like for a kid that grew up in Leander?
Honestly, it's just a new opponent on the field. Just got to get at them.
All right. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Thank you so much. Go Rebs, hotty toddy.
Gotta love the freshman postgame with Ali Rowe. Maddie George had one of the big swings, a 2-run fourth and a 2-run fifth. And another upset at the SEC tournament. So Texas awaits. They swept Ole Miss early in SEC play. And we've got one more game still coming up in our second round with LSU and Georgia on deck. Coming up next, it's SEC Now. A lot of chit-chat about all the upsets in the SEC tournament.